Hi guys, and welcome to another week of Polyglots of the Week. And it is Monday, so you are with Eddie today. This week we're going to be talking about the coursework that we're doing and sort of the classes we're taking and a quick summary of the languages we're working on, etc., etc. This week is going to act as a transition into sort of regular blogging, and we're going to cut out the themes for a few weeks or maybe a month or so, and then we'll pick up some other themes along the way. You'll see how it works out. So let's get started. So for those of you who don't know, I am a master's student at Harvard, and I'm doing a master's in Islamic Studies. My area of interest is language contact in the Near East and Central Asia, and that's very big in general. In the past, I've done work on Arabic's influence on Persian, Arabic dialectology, some Persian dialectology things, as well as some things on homosexuality in the Middle East. This year, not exactly sure what I'm working on as far as the thesis goes. I'm thinking about things about the translation movement in Dar al-Hikmah in Baghdad. And then in the long run, I'd like to sort of go into language contact and linguistic history of Transoxania and Khorasan. So for those of you who don't know, Transoxania and Greater Khorasan cover parts of modern-day Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, northern Afghanistan, and parts of northeastern Iran. This semester I have a pretty loaded semester. I'm taking 4 graduate courses and 1 undergraduate course. Ironically enough, all 4 of my graduate courses are in language. In my undergraduate course is a linguistics class. I'm taking a course in classical Persian literature, that's literary and visual narrative in the Persian epic tradition. I'm taking classical Armenian. I'm taking a reading classical Arabic course where we're reading biographies and historiographies and things. And I'm taking Middle Persian. Those are my graduate level classes. And then my undergraduate classes, I'm taking an Intro to Historical Linguistics. I thought it would be interesting and kind of fun and sort of give me a little bit of one-up in taking the graduate level on historical and contact linguistics next semester. I've now been through 3 weeks of classical Armenian, and I have already gained a greater appreciation for Armenian and Armenian history, and not just in more recent things like the genocide, but just who the Armenians have been over the course of history and the different empires and sort of governments that they've lived under, and how they've very much managed to survive, and they've kept, in my case, for my research, they've kept great records of things and have awesome amounts of translations and things that are really relevant for what I'd like to do. So it's definitely interesting. And Middle Persian is already helping me with Modern Persian and seeing things, and it's been a good semester. Obviously it's hard and it's a lot of work, but it's definitely worth it, and I'm enjoying it. It's definitely a new adventure for me, and I'm liking it. Another thing that I think that we're going to try to talk about this week is other languages we're working on, and sort of how we sort of schedule everything. Last week we talked about tips for studying, and this week I think we're looking more at how do we schedule our studying. In addition to these, I always do a lot of languages. I've been trying to focus on more in my field, particularly Pashto, Turkish, Uzbek, Turkmen, Avestan, and things related to that. I have a book on Saktian sitting over there on my desk and things. My Turkmen book just got here last week. I also just started picking up Swedish last week because I really just needed sort of a break. I needed something to get away from what I do every day for hours and hours every day and be able to take a slight break. So I was like, let's pick a fun language and just do it. And then ironically enough, 2 days later, I had a Swedish roommate move in. And no, he does not live there. That is my bathroom. He lives downstairs. As far as actually scheduling out time to do lessons or actual like formal study, it's a little bit harder in my case. Yes, I don't have any class on Thursdays, but that's when I do a lot of homework. It's when I do a lot of reading for research, and I try to catch up on things those days. But those are the languages I'm working on. On a housekeeping note, as I mentioned at the beginning, this is our last theme week for now. Obviously, we'll pick up more theme weeks in the future. I think we're going to take maybe 3 weeks or a month off, maybe do a month of themes and a month of no themes. We're still sort of planning and figuring things out, obviously. And so our format coming up will be more of a, hi, this is Ed, and this is what I did today, or this is what I've been reading lately, and just sort of just sharing our lives as polyglots and as students and things with you. And then, of course, you guys always have input, so if you ask questions or things, we read comments, we have stuff on our blogs. So some of the questions I get on my blog might become a video rather than an actual response, etc., etc. Additionally, I moved again. I'm in the same house, I just got a different room, and I actually really like this one. So yeah, this is my room with my cool little bed alcove. Yes, my bed is a mess. And some books over there, and then my lovely makeshift desk. But I actually like how big it is, because as you see, these are just books that I use on a pretty much daily basis. A lot of these are from the library, and dictionaries, and study books, and then a couple textbooks, and I was working on Armenian a minute ago, and then video editing, and then I get this awesome little alcove here that will hopefully have bookshelves in it by the end of the week. Stay tuned for the rest of the polyglots, and we'll see what everybody's schedule is and what everybody's working on in their languages now, because obviously our lists are constantly in flux. And so stay tuned, and we'll see what the rest of the week has for us. Bye.